In Illinois, along with 13 other states, law prohibits the use of handheld devices like cell phones, along with texting and driving and other electronic devices. However, if you must make a phone call while behind the wheel of a vehicle, hands-free or Bluetooth is the way to go. In this week's Get Fit Friday, I'm here with Brad Harper with OSF, and the heat and humidity are now with us, but we want to beat the heat and still stay active. I made a long-distance call this week to outer space and talked to crew members on board the International Space Station. I encourage you to look up, because right now, astronaut Mike Hopkins is orbiting Earth performing innovative research for NASA, but his desire to invent actually began on a family farm near Richland, Missouri.
Well, we hear you loud and clear. Welcome aboard, Columbia.
Dramatic view from the International Space Station.
It is blustery out here. I just stepped outside for a couple minutes, and you can definitely tell that the temperatures continue to fall this morning. We started out in the upper 20s. Now we are looking at single digits, feeling like 0 degrees here in Peoria. 6:41, the sun is out today. Downtown Peoria, Civic Center Plaza, plenty of sun to go around, but our temperatures on the cool side because we had the clear conditions overnight tonight. And a peek at what we can expect for the rest of the morning and into the afternoon. Well, overall, clear conditions, clouds in the southern part of the state. A few flurries popping up between here and Quincy. Overall, though, snow will be coming in by late tonight and tomorrow. That looks to be the best opportunity for our next snowfall event before the weekend. And we can see it over the Dakotas this morning. It'll be a quick-to-move system, so not going to last us more than about 4 or 5 hours. And the time frame for that will be tomorrow morning.
This severe weather update is brought to you by Southside Bank.
Maddie, Heidenreich here in the Weather Center, tracking an intense system just to the west of us near the Quincy area and continuing to track into central Illinois. You can see that system, the cluster of cells, severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Fulton County, and that is extended until about 5:15. So we do expect that system to continue pushing into Peoria County within the next 10-15 minutes. And also a tornado watch still in place until about 8 o'clock for most of our viewing area. Now, they did send up a weather balloon to check the atmosphere, looking like areas to the west of the Illinois River are the most unstable. Nothing too bad as far as the accumulation, but look, it's that kind of powdery snow, which is not good when we have these strong winds, because winds will be gusting for the rest of this morning and into the afternoon, making travel a little bit treacherous out there. Producing some snow even in Fulton County near Canton and Havana, just light flurries flying around. For the rest of our viewing area, looking mostly dry for today. We do anticipate some snow though by Friday, especially Friday morning and into the mid-morning hours. This week's Get Fit Friday, I'm here with Brad Harper with OSF, and we're focusing on the core. Now, a lot of people think it's just ab work, but there's more to it. 6:41 on a cool, cloudy, and reasonably calm morning. Connor Company in the Heights Tower Park. You can see all the cloud cover still hanging with us. We did have a light dusting of snow this morning, but all of it has cleared out. It's a clipper system. Those never last too long.
Now for a check of our weather.
And for that, we head over to Maddie at the Weather Center.
Well, we have warmer weather expected for the afternoon, but a little bit different this morning. We have some fog. Might have a little bit of frost on your windshield as you step out the door this morning if your car is parked outside. It'll take a little while to warm it up and get the frost melted away before it's safe to drive.
To rebuild or not? That is a question that Don and Sheila Dempsey have been asking themselves ever since the tornado hit the home they'd been living in for 44 years. Maddie Heidenreich has that story.
I said, we don't have time to move, and I no sooner said that, and you could just hear it popping and cracking. It only lasted, in my estimation, about 45 seconds.
A 45-second disaster that would leave many couples like Don and Sheila Dempsey wondering what to do next.
We stood there and just looked around us, just devastating. There wasn't a sound anywhere. There was nothing moving whatsoever.
Much different than now, a year later, when construction sounds fill the air and the neighborhood grows from the ground up. But some lots,
Our lot is rather large. It goes way back to Park.
like the Dempseys, are still left bare.
We've not really decided at this time if we want to rebuild or not. We're kind of waiting at our age if that's the thing to do, but we found this duplex here that really fit our needs at that time.
Miles from what they once called home.
Every day, I think you think of what was normal or what you did have or what you did do. You're going to have to develop a new normal.
In search for normalcy, Sheila now displays things left untouched by the tornado.
Bible that I keep on the bottom shelf of the table, it was probably 5 feet from the front door. The front door we never found, but the Bible was still sitting on the shelf of that table.
But the Dempseys say they still need time.
We might rebuild later on or find something else to buy, but we're just kind of taking it day by day.
It is a problem stretching across the country. If you're out on the road today or any day in central Illinois, you probably witnessed this harmful habit, but it's one that could cost you over $100. News 25's Maddie Heidenreich has more in this special report.
Still had it up to her left ear.
Every time you look around, I mean, even when you're just driving, you see people on their phones talking. You see people all the time texting.
Michael Dublin, a student at Illinois Central College, is aware of the problem, but admits he still contributes to it.
Honestly, yeah, I have. It's, I mean, I know you shouldn't. I know the statistics. I saw the sign just coming over here. There's over 600, 700 traffic deaths this year in Illinois from, texting, driving related, or anything else.
But some may not even recognize the signs because they are distracted or looking down at their phones.
I'm driving down the interstate, somebody goes past me going like 80, 90 miles an hour and is just looking down at their phone and sees swerving, and it's just makes me super nervous.
Sometimes, I do the head bob, and there's been a couple times where it's been a little close.
The state trooper stopped them because they was using their phone, but thank God they didn't have an accident.
I don't know. That's why I'm coming up here.
Not everyone walks away with only a warning or a ticket from the police.
You get in a crash, they can hurt other people, they can hurt themselves. It's important that they pay attention to what's in front of them. You're driving to get someplace. You got to remember that by doing that, you're taking responsibility that you're going to follow the laws, that you're going to, pay your due diligence to get there safely, and that other people get there to where they need to go safely.
In Illinois, along with 13 other states, law prohibits the use of handheld devices like cell phones, along with texting and driving and other electronic devices. However, if you must make a phone call while behind the wheel of a vehicle, hands-free or Bluetooth is the way to go. The Peoria Police Department has issued close to 1,000 tickets since the law went into place. So why do people still break the law 3 years later?
I think we need to stop being so fixated on responding. We're in such a habit of always replying right away. Like they ask a question, you respond.
And while Peoria police continue to spot and ticket offenders, they say it is difficult to catch everyone.
Sometimes when you've got it up to your ear, you can't tell if they're just messing with an earring, can't see if they're just scratching their head. But a lot of times, if you can see it up next to their face, they got it out in front of them. If they got their hand up their ear and they're mouthing, that's a pretty good indicator that they're talking on it. You'll see people, driving with one hand on the wheel and they're glancing down all the time. That's another indicator that they're texting or using their cell phone somehow.
So while officers will continue watching for the signs of distracted driving, some of the people we talked to say they will start watching out for their safety and the safety of others.
Keep focus on your driving, because you got to drive for the other person too.
We need to start realizing that it's safer and it's not worth it to be trying to do that when we need to be focusing on driving.
Reporting in Peoria, I'm Maddie Heidenreich.